So here's the thing. Helldivers 2 is dead. Just yesterday, as of recording, Arrowhead, the developers of the game, announced that by the end of the weekend, new players are going to have to link a PlayStation Network account to the game in order to access it. And just a little bit more down the line, already existing players are going to have to link a PSN account as well. This is apparently a stipulation in the contract that Arrowhead signed with Sony when they agreed to fund the game. In other words, Sony is smothering this game in its crib, much like my Crazy Aunt mod with Cousin Johnny. The only difference is, I actually cared about Helldivers 2. Helldivers 2 is a game that I legitimately loved and was unironically on its way to being my game of the year. Sure, it was a bit buggy sometimes, get it, 'cause it's bugs. But honestly, it's just a really fun game that I'm glad has caught on with a lot of people, and it pisses me off that Sony has fucked this all up. I don't see why this is such a big deal. Why don't you just sign up for a PSN account? It's free after all. Well, there's actually 3 different reasons as to why this is pissing so many people off. We'll go through them in order of severity, from least severe to most severe. Starting off, people just don't want to fucking do it. While the video game industry continually looks more and more like an industry that exists solely to fuck over its clientele, one of the few things that all gamers have actually agreed upon is that signing up for a service after buying a game is bullshit. Pretty much every time a developer tries this, it gets pushed back hard. People just generally think that it's annoying and unnecessary that after I already pay you money, I also have to sign up for your damn service in order to actually play the game I already bought. That's bullshit. I bought the game, I should be able to play it. More importantly, a lot of people don't want to sign up for specifically PSN. Beyond the fact that a service like this that doesn't charge anything is absolutely harvesting your data and selling it to advertisers, there's also the fact that Sony got hacked to shit last year and had a fuckload of their data unleashed onto the internet, which leads to a lot of people wondering, if Sony isn't keeping their own stuff safe, how safe are they keeping your stuff? And actually signing up for PSN seems really sketchy, because I've seen from people who've actually bit the bullet and decided to just make the account, that you apparently have to verify your identity in order to use this, and some of the options to do this are to send a literal photo of your face, or a picture of a government-issued ID to these servers. Sure, they say they're going to delete them, but really, can you trust a company like this? And I absolutely understand that there are people who just don't feel comfortable sending their very personal information to a company like this, especially one who has a history of getting their servers hacked. Now, I have heard some people say that this wasn't required when they signed up for PSN, so it might be a regional thing, but still, the fact that anyone has to do this at all is sketchy as hell. However, there's one very important part of this story that we need to address. That is the fact that there are quite a lot of countries that literally just do not have access to PSN. Some of these countries include, let's see here, Belarus, Lithuania, and the entire fucking continent of Africa, except for South Africa. Oh, and China too, by the way. Yeah, one of the biggest fucking countries in the world and one of the biggest importers of Western media, that China does not have access to PSN. If you live in that country, you cannot make a PSN account. Same with all of the other places listed. In fact, according to a list I found on the website GameGrin, there are 125 different countries that do not have access to PSN. So, if you live in one of those countries and you bought Helldivers 2, guess what? You don't own it anymore. Now, are these the places where the game is most popular? Outside of China, no, not really. But there still are people there playing this game. And the idea that some guy in fucking Estonia could have bought this game and played it and really liked it, only to have it literally stolen from him by the company that funded it, with literally jack and shit that he can do to get it back, that's horrifying. Seriously, what the fuck is going on here? And yes, also the idea that companies can just hold media that you've already purchased hostage from you is also fucked up. And the most fucked up thing is that this is becoming pretty normal in the grand scheme of things. I've already seen people defending this and saying it's not a big deal. It is a big deal, because it sets a precedent that what you own isn't yours. I remember, I think it was last year, fucking Crunchyroll or whatever died or something, or merged with a different company, I don't know. but there were people who bought a bunch of bonus features that were only available on Crunchyroll. So when that service went down, those people just lost access to all of that stuff they bought. Poof, it's gone. They can't fucking get it anymore. This is why physical media is important. This is why I still buy fucking DVDs of shit. Because I really don't like the idea of buying something and then later being told I can't have it anymore. Stuff like this is why we are rapidly heading towards a golden age of media piracy. Corporations are just getting too greedy and they're squeezing the life out of everyone. Last second update, by the way, apparently a community and support representative for Arrowhead on Twitter has come out and said that the reason why this linkage is happening is to make it more effective to ban people. Quote, "No, it's to allow us to ban people. That is the sole reason. Their account is currently now private. That being said, please do not send any of your hate towards Arrowhead. This is clearly a Sony decision, and Arrowhead is just sort of along for the ride. Again, this is a Sony thing, not an Arrowhead thing." Alright, let's cut the jokes for a second. Is Helldivers II actually going to die overnight because of this decision? Probably not. The game does have high player counts on PlayStation anyways, and I'm sure there will be a lot of people that do decide to bite the bullet and make a PSN account just to play the game. However, I'll be in the camp of people who've decided not to. As much as I love this game, this has pretty much killed all of its goodwill in one fell swoop. People are pissed right now, and I can absolutely understand why. So yeah, I'm just kind of pissed off right now. Sony has taken a game that was going to be my game of the year, or at least pretty damn high up there, and now it's not even going to be close. Sure, I could make an account, but I just don't want to support this kind of practice. But in the name of all of the people who had this game stolen from them, fuck you, Sony.